What's up, my fat phobes? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/FatPeopleStories. And no, the whole fat phobes thing was a joke. We're not fat phobic here, we're entitlement phobic. You get what I'm saying. Okay, first up is called, After All These Years of Pain and Sadness. I've finally done it. After all these years of pain and sadness. Disclaimer, this is basically a resume of the last 5 years of my life. It's not all about weight, like it's the main focus, but I got a little off topic. Sorry. I've been overweight my whole life. Not morbidly obese, but just never at the weight that a child of my age and height should be. Every year, for some reason, at my school, we used to get weighed one time each year. The kids that went at the same time as me were skinny, so they made fun of me and called me names like cow or whale, and I ignored it. This was when I was about 10. I still played sports because I was confident enough to do it. But I remember I played tennis, and I was so good that I was with the pros, so to speak. Basically, I trained with him, and I remember we were working out together, and the coach told me, in front of everyone like I was just leaving, and he told me, "Remember not to eat those chocolate bars or chips you eat during the weekend, Luis." All my teammates, I guess you would call it, that laughed. The supporting coach laughed too. After that, I got in the car with my mom and told her. I started crying, and I remember telling her that I never wanted to go back there again, even though I love the sport and I'm good at it. Never again. She complained about it, but the guy said he meant no harm, but the damage was done. This was the first time that I didn't practice a sport. In my house, it was obligatory to do a sport and stay active. So after that, I was doubtful about what to do. What sport could I enjoy calmly, me being my size? So I got into this mountain biking class, which they owned like a park, I guess, and there were ramps and courses and stuff, and we would go on like these expeditions. In that class, I also got in with the pros. I guess I was really good, and I remember my confidence being a little higher because there was this other fat guy in the group, but I had trouble keeping up in this class. The coach always wanted me to compete, but I was afraid, and I can't tell you how afraid I was to just be beaten by everyone, and there's nothing wrong with coming in last place, but I thought they would beat me by a long run, so I was scared the competition would be over by the time that it was over. But I never left the place. I stayed, but it closed down like 2 years ago because some rich dude bought the land to build offices. I was out of sports. What now? I asked myself. I just sat at home watching YouTube or playing video games, eating granola bars, not the healthy ones, Nutella sandwiches, small stuff, but all day, without exercising. Then I started gaining even more weight. Because I was sad, I got into a strange situation where me and two of my other friends, we were 13 at the time, decided to try vaping because we got curious, I don't know why, and our other friends from the group found out and decided to kick us out. I acted like I didn't care, like I didn't miss them, that they were exaggerating the situation. So we invited one dude that was like a popular outcast, like he was popular but not in the way you would think. Many people disliked him, but everyone knew him and he hung out with the popular kids from time to time. He had no friend group, so we decided to invite him. So me and my 3 friends, we used to hang out at each other's houses every week. We started to drink and smoke, developed bad habits, started getting depressed, except for that unpopular dude. He was always happy. Me and my other 2 friends were very similar. We talked about our problems, but I never told them how I felt about my weight. I never told anyone. Nobody knew what I did for exercise. I just said I went to the gym. Because of our situation, we tried to be people we weren't. We took pictures drinking, but it wasn't really drinking, it had the cap on. One of my friends, who at the time was really trying hard to be popular, decided to send it to the most popular guy he kinda got along with. But he sent it to everyone, even a group chat with kids from other schools. I know it may not sound like a big deal, but I was so embarrassed. I got called out for it in class. The guys would tell the teacher about what happened, and even she would laugh and make fun of me. I was scared of talking to anyone because of the situation. My depression got even worse from the dumbest reason possible. My 2 friends went to a party without me because they did get a little bit popular and I didn't. I always thought it was because because I was fat or because they were just really handsome. Didn't know, but when we saw each other at school, they told me they got called out for it. The people made it into a sticker. I was so afraid of meeting other people because of what they told me. My depression got even worse and I relied on food. Uber Eats basically, ordering from fast food places every weekend. I ate it about 3 to 5 times a week. Then the next year, we finally found a friend group. We really connected. My depression got better. I tried a diet, a new sport, Taekwondo. I lost about 17 pounds with the diet, but then a few months into Taekwondo and I broke my pinky finger. I couldn't exercise for about a month and my habit had already been lost. I got lazy after a month of doing nothing. I only got there because I was with my 2 best friends, not the ones from before. They were fat too. I wasn't ashamed of being in there because they were there too, but I didn't have the motivation anymore. I couldn't do it. I lost my condition, gained even more weight. I dropped the diet. Then a few months later, I tried boxing with another of my friends. It was really hard because there were many girls there, and a guy like me, with moobs, short breath, I was really shy and not confident at all. I dropped that sport about a month or 2 later. Then, it's when it got really bad. 2019, I stopped trying to lose weight. I came into the conclusion, I'm not going to the gym because I'm scared of people watching me. I was too self-conscious. I'm not trying another diet because I always end up breaking them, and I won't pay mind to it. Before I knew it, my clothes didn't fit. I couldn't even walk to my room without losing my breath, and I was the only guy at the pool party with a t-shirt on. Then, in December, I got a girlfriend. We were like best friends, and we decided to give it a try. It didn't work. Lasted about a month. I was so depressed, I wanted to not be here anymore. I'm not joking. Not because of her, she wasn't a big reason, but because I started caring about my weight again, though I didn't know how to lose it. I weighed 190 pounds at my worst. I found the right nutritionist and I fell in love. Still am. This girl hung out with me even though I was so fat. I felt different, better. Then quarantine hit and my dad bought an elliptical, only under the condition that I used it. So I started working out like a madman, dropped the fast food and daily snacks. I lost the weight because I realized I wanted to be in a relationship with this girl, and I knew she wouldn't be with me because I was fat. I haven't gotten with her yet, haven't even seen her because of quarantine, but I motivated myself, and in 3 months, since quarantine began, I lost 50 pounds, and my body fat is currently at 17%, and I think it needs to be at 12 to show abs. And after all these years, about 5 years I think, I am at a healthy weight for a kid my age, my size. I'm currently 142 and I'm still going. It has been really hard, but it's paid off. I need new clothes, though my older ones won't fit anymore because my jeans fall down when I walk. Thanks for taking the time to read. I hope you get to where you want to be too. Attaboy, boy. Keep losing weight. Get there, man. You're so close. And hey, give your personality some credit too, okay? Yeah, sure, maybe being a little chunkier is not as attractive as you could be, but you still have a personality to let shine, and that's what people respond to. If you make it seem like what you got is what people want, people will think what you got is what they want. That's what confidence is. It's like marketing yourself socially, you know? Alright, this story's called More News of the Office Ham Planet. A week or 2 ago, I posted on here about having been berated by my colleague, Office Ham Planet, who is a militant fat acceptance activist and was angry because I lost a lot of weight. If you can be bothered to plow through what turned out to be a ridiculously long essay, it's here, and we already read it. Since Ham Planet sent me her angry fat activist message, she has semi-apologized. I say semi-apologized because all she really did was acknowledge that I was not actually the one who even brought up the subject of my weight loss, and that she should have just ignored the conversation. But fine, I'm not really bothered as we work together. I wasn't gonna have an argument about it. She has also been having some annoying health issues and thus was not in a great place when she sent me the message. Apparently, who would have thought thought that someone who wears a size 30 would have annoying health issues, eh? Color me shocked. I mean, I wear a size 32. Does that make me super fat? What? So, we recently learned that we will be working from home for the rest of the year due to Brovid, but we may have to go back to the office for one specific thing for 1 or 2 days only at the end of August. We had a department meeting over Microsoft Teams about all this. Our boss has been briefed by our HR office management team and passed on everything he'd been told. This includes the fact that if we need any furniture or accessories to make our home workspaces safe and posture-friendly, we can request items from a list provided by our employer and get them to us. Also, if we do have to go back to the office for a day or two, the social distancing measures will include the lifts being out of bounds to any non-disabled colleagues, so we'll have to use the stairs. It's 2 flights of stairs to our floor, so no big deal. Ham Planet immediately pipes up with questions. She doesn't think any of the office chairs our employer supplies are suitable for a fat body. That was her description, because she can't sit comfortably in a chair with arms. It's too tight a squeeze. My boss explains that the arms of the chairs are removable. She then says that the chairs are still not good enough for her because she can't sit with her weight evenly distributed on them, and that will give her back and hip pain. So, to translate, her ass hangs over the sides of a normal office chair and she wants one the size of a sofa or something. My boss said she needs to ask if office management will let her order a chair for herself from another supplier and then reimburse her. A couple of people in the team have what the expressions on their faces at this point, because A, being too large to fit into skinny jeans is one thing, but being too large to fit into an office chair is next level enormous. And B, I'm sure most of us would like to pick our preferred office chair from some expensive supplier and get it paid, but we're not gigantically fat, so we won't be allowed to. Ham Planet's next issue is the lifts being out of bounds. What she wants to know is the office's definition of disabled, because some people might not legally be registered as disabled, but still have hidden disabilities. My boss said social distancing measures just mean that the lift capacity will be limited. Plus, they have to be deep cleaned after a certain number of people have used them. So, people should only use them if they really have to, but they don't have to prove they're disabled or anything like that. Ham Planet says,
Okay, well, I'll definitely need to use them, so I wanted to check. I've been having some problems with joint pain for a couple of months, and my general practitioner has used this.
oh my god, I'm gonna throw up.
I just can't get a diagnosis. I thought maybe it was arthritis, but apparently it's not, so I think it could be fibromyalgia.
Yeah, totally fibromyalgia, Ham Planet. Definitely not the fact that your knees are buckling under the weight of 400 pounds. But of course, in her eyes, her doctor would be fat-phobic if he pointed this out. Bear in mind, this is the same woman who thinks I'm unhealthy for watching what I eat and taking up exercise. Exercise? More like eggs are sides for bacon. I didn't make that up. I'm just putting that out there. I saw that like on an iFunny post from like 8 years ago. But yes, fat logic. Okay, well, yeah, see, she's definitely very, very unhealthy, and She needs to see a psychologist, dude. She is literally killing herself, and she's not, and she just thinks she's helping herself. What is this, man? This is like when they gave Emperor Qin of the Qin dynasty in China, mercury, because he thought that would make him live forever or something. But he died, obviously, because it was freaking mercury. Alright, this story's called Witnessing Me Exercising Used to Annoy My Most Recent Ex. Okay, so to preface this, I am what you might consider a fitness addict, and have been lifting weights and training for around 15 years, and it all started because I used to live in a dangerous area when I was younger. I lost a few really violent fights to bigger guys, so I started lifting weights and got myself big so I could have a better chance when inevitable violence happened. Came to love fitness for the confidence and good feelings it gave me, blah blah blah. My ex was a childhood athlete who stopped working out in her teen years when she got depressed and started hanging out with self-destructive emo kids who really just don't value that sort of thing. She matured and became a well-rounded adult, just never picked the habit back up. When we started dating, she was just slightly overweight, but she slowly gained weight the entire 4 years we were together, to where she was about 30 to 40 pounds overweight by the end of our relationship. I never cared. I liked her just the way she was. I wouldn't have been dating her if I didn't. But she was still incredibly self-conscious about her weight. She was beautiful and really isn't even that overweight, just a little. But she would constantly say really worrying things about herself. We started working out together because of this, but she quickly got tired of it. I'm kind of a strange one. I actually enjoy working out. It's not a chore to me. She didn't though, so it was admittedly much harder for her. So we cancel our joint gym membership and I continue my home workouts. It's not uncommon for me to be rowing on the rowing machine or running on my elliptical while I watch TV or something. If my girlfriend ever walked in while I was doing this, she would make a disgusted face and disparage me. Say things like, "What the hell is wrong with you? It's 9 a.m. on a Saturday," or implying me working out is rude because it makes her feel bad. I really let these comments get to me and started thinking maybe I was some sort of narcissistic gym psycho or something. So I stopped working out to please her and became skinnier and weaker than I had been in years. I got depressed and lost like 15 pounds. We broke up at the very end of 2019. And today, I'm in the best shape of my life. I can wake up and work out without fearing judgment, and I am steadily making gains. I miss my ex-girlfriend sometimes because we did have many good times, but I certainly don't miss her passive-aggressive toxicity. I will never understand why some people think this way. It was almost emotionally abusive. Also, in the early days of the relationship, she would complain about how much I worked out and act like it was weird, but then constantly admire my body later when we were undressed. A true mind love. Well, seems like she was just insecure in her lack of, fitness routine, I'm assuming. I don't know. It's okay, buddy. You got out of it, you realized what was wrong with it, and now you're healthy. And you're happy, so good for you. Good on you. All that jazz. Good, good, good. I don't know what I'm saying.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.